There are moments in life when everything feels overwhelming, like the walls are closing in, and there's no escape. It's as if the world has turned into a heavy, suffocating place, and the weight of it all presses down on your chest, making it hard to even breathe. I've been there, and I know how it feels when every step forward is like dragging yourself through thick mud, with the burden of the world on your shoulders. You feel broken, as if you've been shattered into 1,000 pieces, wondering if you'll ever be whole again. It's a feeling that's hard to describe, but if you're listening to this, you know exactly what I mean. Sometimes it feels like the pain is never going to end. It's like you're stuck in a storm with no shelter in sight, and all you can do is brace yourself as wave after wave crashes over you, knocking you down. You try to stand, but the storm is relentless, and you're exhausted from trying to keep your head above water. The thought of getting through another day seems impossible. You might even start to wonder, what's the point of all this? Why should I keep going? It's as if you've been fighting a battle that you just can't win, and with every passing day, the pain grows deeper, more intense, as if it's trying to consume you whole. But let me tell you something important. You're still here, despite everything. Despite the relentless storms and the crushing weight of it all, you're still standing. You're still breathing. Still fighting, even if it feels like you're barely holding on. That in itself is proof of your strength. The fact that you've made it this far, through everything you faced, shows a resilience that you might not even recognize in yourself. You might not feel strong right now, but every day you wake up and choose to keep going, even when it feels impossible. You're showing a strength that can't be measured by normal standards. I know it feels lonely though. Maybe the people you thought you could rely on have let you down. Maybe they've turned their backs on you, or simply don't understand the depth of what you're going through. The loneliness can be so crippling that it feels like a weight on its own, pushing you further into that dark place. You might feel like no one else could possibly understand what you're dealing with, that no one else could possibly feel this kind of pain. But I want you to know that you're not alone in this. There are so many of us who have walked through similar darkness, who know what it's like to feel abandoned, misunderstood, or completely invisible. And though it doesn't make your pain any less real, it means that there's a community of hearts that understand you, even if you can't see them right now. In the midst of all this darkness, there's something that remains, something that refuses to be extinguished. It's hope. It might not be obvious, and it might not feel like it's enough to get you through, but it's there, even if it's just a tiny flicker in the distance. Hope is the light that persists, no matter how deep the night gets. It's that whisper that says, keep going, just one more step. Even when you can't see the way forward, hope is what pulls you through. It's not always loud or obvious, but it's there, and it's more powerful than you realize. It's the ember that refuses to die out, even when the darkness tries its hardest to smother it. Trust in yourself. Trust that you have more strength within you than you know. You've survived every challenge life has thrown at you so far, and that's not by accident. There's a fire inside you, a will to survive, to keep going, even when everything else tells you to give up. And trust that there's something greater at work, whether you call it God, the universe, or something else entirely. This higher power is guiding you, even when the path seems unclear, even when you feel lost. Sometimes, The most profound growth happens in the darkest times, when we're pushed to our limits. And though it's hard to see now, you're being shaped into something stronger, something unbreakable. The darkness will try to consume you, but you don't have to let it. You have the power to rise above it, to stand firm in your values, in your truth, in who you are. The world might try to drag you down, might try to convince you that you're not enough, that you're too broken, but you don't have to go along with it. Your spirit is stronger than the challenges you face. Don't let the darkness define you. Fight for your light, for your joy, for your peace. They are yours, and no amount of darkness can take them from you if you don't let it. The battles you're fighting now are shaping you, making you into someone who is unstoppable, unshakable. It's okay to cry, to scream, to let it all out. Your tears are not a sign of weakness, but a release, a way to cleanse the pain that's been building up inside you. Don't bottle it up, let it flow. Crying doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're human, that you're feeling deeply, and that's something to honor, not hide. We're taught to be strong, to keep our emotions in check, but there's strength in vulnerability, in letting yourself feel, in allowing yourself to break so that you can rebuild. Your tears are a testament to your humanity, to the fact that you care deeply, that you're alive. You are brave, braver than you give yourself credit for. You face things that would break most people, and yet here you are, still standing. You have a light inside you that can never be extinguished, no matter how dark it gets. You're not broken. You're becoming stronger, wiser, more resilient. This is not the end of your story, but a chapter in your journey. A journey that will lead you to places you never thought possible, to a version of yourself that is stronger, more confident, more capable than you can imagine right now. So, keep fighting. Keep holding on to that hope, even if it's just a tiny spark. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in the higher power that's guiding you. You are a warrior, and this battle, like all the others, will be won. You are capable of overcoming anything, and one day, you'll look back and see just how far you've come. You'll see the strength that carried you through, the courage that kept you going, even when you didn't think you had it in you. Until then, keep going, keep believing, and know that you are never truly alone. You've got this, and no matter what, don't ever forget that you are stronger than you know, braver than you feel, and more capable than you can imagine. Your story isn't over yet, not by a long shot.